Hi everyone! Today, we are sharing a beautiful story about a little girl who learns an important lesson about controlling her anger. Let's dive in.
There was once a little girl who had a habit of getting angry at the smallest things. Whenever she was upset, she wouldn't care who was in front of her or what she said. She would shout, throw things, and even break objects around her. Her parents were deeply troubled. They tried various ways to help her understand that anger only hurt her, but the little girl wouldn't listen. One day, her mother decided to share her concerns with the girl's tutor. The tutor was someone the little girl respected and listened to. After hearing everything, the tutor said, "Don't worry. In a few days, this little girl will learn to control her anger completely." The mother was skeptical, but decided to trust the tutor's plan. The next day, when the tutor arrived for their session, she didn't start teaching as usual. Instead, she said to the girl, "Today, we won't study. We'll play a game." The little girl, excited by the idea, eagerly asked, "What game?" The tutor took the girl to the backyard, where there was a large wooden fence. Handing her a bag of nails and a hammer, the tutor said, "Every time you get angry, you have to come here, pick up a nail, and hammer it into this fence. That's the game. If you do this properly, there will be a prize for you at the end." The little girl didn't understand the purpose of the game, but the promise of a prize motivated her. That very day, she got angry several times. Each time, she ran to the backyard, picked up a nail, and hammered it into the fence. By the end of the day, she had hammered more than 10 nails into the fence. The process wasn't easy. Every time she got angry and hammered a nail, she realized how much effort it took to drive the nail into the fence. Over time, she started thinking, instead of putting in so much effort, why don't I just control my anger? The next day, she hammered fewer nails. On the day after that, even fewer. Gradually, her anger started to decrease. A week later, there were days when she didn't hammer any nails at all. One day, she happily ran to her tutor and said, "I didn't get angry even once today. There are no new nails in the fence." The tutor smiled and praised her. Then she said, "The game isn't over yet. Now, every day that you don't get angry, you must pull one nail out of the fence." The little girl followed her tutor's instructions. Day by day, as she remained calm, she removed nails from the fence. It took over a month, but finally, all the nails were out. She was overjoyed and ran to her tutor to share the good news. Her tutor took her to the fence and said, "Look carefully. All the nails are gone, but do you see the marks left behind by them?" The girl looked closely and saw that the fence was full of holes where the nails had been. The tutor explained, "Just like these nails left marks on the fence, every time you get angry and say hurtful things, you leave marks on people's hearts. No matter how much you apologize, the scars remain. That's why it's important to control your anger." The little girl felt deeply ashamed of her past behavior. Tears welled up in her eyes as she realized how much she must have hurt others, especially her parents. She ran to her mother, hugged her tightly, and said, "I'm so sorry, Mom. I'll never get angry like that again. I've learned my lesson." From that day onward, the little girl worked hard to stay calm and patient. She never let her anger get the better of her again. Her parents were proud of her, and she lived a much happier life. Moral of the story: words and actions spoken in anger can leave lasting scars on others. Always think before you act, and try to control your temper.